Hey there, Sandra. I've been Queen of Tax Deeds with your Facts Friday. So this Friday I want to discuss the difference between court records and official records. So that's a very important distinction to know. Official records, that would be things like a copy of a deed or a copy of a mortgage or copies of liens. Those are filed at the courthouse, right? And they give them either a book and page or instrument numbers. And those are parts of the official records for that county or that community. Those are usually held at the clerk of the court, and they're filed in their section called official records. Now, there's also something called court records. So, for example, if a property is going into foreclosure, there is going to be a foreclosure case file on it. And in that file are multitudes of documents and things that are filed between the lawyers and the lender and things that the judge have to okay and stuff like that. And sometimes they are super thick. All that is not recorded into the official records, only basically how the case finally, what was the rulings on the case. The super important stuff are taken and put into the official records. So a lot of times when you're looking for documents, know that there are two different types. There's the court records and the official records. So the court records are more detail about a case and what happened with it. And the official records are basically the most important things that need to be put into the public record about what happened. It's kind of like back in the day, they had a big tree in the town square, and that's where people would literally stick their deeds and their mortgages and stuff like that as public notice to the rest of the community. Everybody would come by that had an interest and read what was on the tree. So now we have the courthouse that does all of that. So keep in mind that even though you're reading, for example, in probate, there's usually a deed signed at the end, a personal representative's deed. That will be in the official records of the county. And you'll also find a copy of that also in the court records. But in the court records, you'll see what led up to that personal representative's deed being signed and stuff like that. In the tax deed file, we have tax deed files that are not held in the official records, but they're held as a court record that the tax deed office has. Now, when the property sells at the tax deed sale, they will sign a tax deed to that new owner, and that record will be filed in the official records, okay? So just keep in mind as you do your research that there are there are official records and there are court records, all right? Happy investing.